You and your best bud join a new server. Sure, you're a day or two late for wipe, but you can still have fun. After getting a plan together, it's time to start exploring the wilderness. The two of you get straight to the grinding, and before you know it, you've got a great little start for yourselves. The two of you have already made countless plans for what you're going to accomplish this wipe. Suddenly, reality sets in, and you remember you're playing Rust, a game where not everybody wants you to have fun. And then you remember just how much they don't want you to have fun. Even though you know there's no point, you still at least try to defend yourself. As your base burns and the gunshots ring in your ear, you consider if you really want to play more Rust today. But your friend picks you up and puts you back on your feet. He has a great idea. What if getting back at them could be the fun? Even though there's only two of you, and even though you don't have much, maybe there are some ways you can strike back. What if even as a duo, there were ways for you to get under this clan's skin? And I mean really under their skin. What if by doing this, you could reclaim some of that stolen fun? Hey guys, welcome back to the video. Today we're going to talk about how you can get back at clans as a small group, and we're going to start with breaking SAMs using nothing but a compound bow and fire arrows. This is really annoying for clans to deal with and really cheap for you at only about 150 low grade per 30 fire arrows. What you're going to want to do when you try this is shoot the arrow right into the middle of the SAM so that the fire that comes out actually burns the SAM over time, and we do a lot more damage that way. I'm going to speed up the footage a little bit so that you don't have to watch me shoot 30 fire arrows in real time. And with that last arrow, that's minus 500 scrap for the clan and a huge headache for them to replace. Rust already comes built in with an epilepsy warning, but I'm going to give another one here. If you are sensitive to flashing lights, please skip ahead to 4 minutes and 50 seconds in the video. This next method is one of my favorites. We're going to build a spotlight that will constantly flash. To start, build a 2x1 just outside your target's base. Take it up 2 more floors and put a window facing the base. After that, place a solar panel on the roof and connect that to a battery. After that, place a window down and then your searchlight in front of the window. Press E on your searchlight and then look to aim it. Alt look and press E on the searchlight again to stop aiming it. Connect the battery output to a blocker you place down, and then the blocker output to the searchlight. Then connect the searchlight pass-through to the blocking side of the blocker. If the blocker looks like it's freaking out, then you know you've set it up right. As you can see, our spotlight is thoroughly flashing the enemy base, and we can readjust it for maximum annoyance. And here's what that looks like once the sun's gone down. Now this is pretty bad, but what if we had 4 of them? As you can see, you're not going to be getting a lot done on this roof at any point. And I assure you, these really are not much less annoying in the daylight. Next on our list is an absolute classic, and that's compound jumping. This part will require some creativity based on whatever their gates look like for their compound, but normally they're very easy to get over. Once we get up, it seems like we're stuck, but a little help from a friend or a ladder will help get you right over. And there's no telling how much clans will leave in their compound if they feel like they're safe from grubs. Next is a less appreciated art, and that's jumping out of the compound after you've gotten what you need. This part might be a little nerve-wracking if you've got shaky hands from being absolutely loaded, but keep at it and I promise you eventually you'll make it out of there. The trick is to just try to build up a few floors to get over the compound wall, but stay low enough that you can survive the fall. Keep at it and you'll be alone in Tokyo in no time. This next concept is simple, but having your windmills shot out with explosive ammo is one of the most irritating things that can happen to a clan. A little less than a stack of Explo ammo is a small price to pay to turn off turrets, SAMs, and electric furnaces. If you want to be even more stealthy, I encourage you to equip a silencer and almost no one will hear you. Now that is a beautiful sight. So this method also involves jumping into their compound, but now we're going to do something a little different. This time we're going to go up to steal their minicopters. Just identify some places where they've got half walls or jump ups, and it should be no problem to scale an entire base with a little bit of wood. Make sure you've got at least 50 low grade on you, and you should have no problem flying that mini right off the roof. Alternatively, if we just want to get up as fast as possible, we can use about a ladder per floor and get right up on there. In this case, they wouldn't even have time to react if they were in the base. The recent addition of parachutes has opened a whole world of possibilities for players who like to be on other people's roofs. You'll have to eyeball it, but all you need to do is build a tower out of 2 triangle foundations and door frames high enough to be able to make it onto the roof. Jump once you're at the right height, and then once you make it onto the roof, recollect the parachute, grab what you can, and then jump right back off. Now, this is kind of the nuclear option, but if you've got a lot of time and a lot of resources, you can actually just wall in another player's base. I encourage you to do this with wood that you either exchanged from Outpost or farmed using a chainsaw and wood teeth. If you really want to do this, try to catch a group before they can get externals down, and it'll be a real pain for them to deal with, and less walls for you to have to place. If you want these walls to stay up, make sure you get external TCs down on all of them. This will also have the added benefit of griefing their entire base, so there's only so much they can really do about it, and you can just replace the walls if they break any. This option seems too simple and too easy because it is. All you need is 1600 stone, 250 wood, and 1 TC for every external grief you want to place, and it'll take 2 C4 for them to break. Try to catch them before they get externals down, or break off any twig build-out that they've done. Then get a triangle foundation down as close as it'll place. Get the TC in there and upgrade everything. With 500 stone in the TC, it should last just about 5 days. But just like when Spider-Man's dad said, with great power comes great responsibility. Use these sparingly. These are only reserved for the most toxic of groups that you're playing against, and should not be done to solos or other small groups. If you want to give a clan a nice spook and you're willing to commit the resources, all you need to do is build a raid base right next to theirs. It doesn't have to be, but I encourage you to make it out of sheet metal, and just make it look very simple, like a really big group put it up in like 8 seconds. I promise you that once one member of their group looks out their door and sees this, they're gonna ping their whole Discord and get everybody on. For best results, I encourage you to do this late in the evening when you know that some people are going to be getting messaged and woken up out of bed. This last one is a companion piece to number 9 on the list, and that's just fake raiding a base. Basically, all you're going to be doing is shooting HV rockets, and I promise if the raid base didn't get them out of bed, this certainly will. Once you see a few players online, throw a few smoke grenades to get them really riled up. Thanks so much for watching this far into the video, guys. I really appreciate it. Please give me any comments on what you liked or what you didn't, and any ideas you have for the future.